it's working. Let's try this again.
RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right. I had to start over because I didn't have the... Oh, of course, now I'm hitting it again. Okay. Guys, thank you for hanging out. This is Tara Devlin, unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We have a regular show on Friday evenings at 8:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so come and hang out with us in the greatest chat room in American history. I'm just checking that all the streams are going, because I messed some things up when I started this stream. Sorry about that, if you were watching. And today we will connect with Roxanne Kincaid from headon.live. Hold on, making sure all my stuff's in order. And where's my Skype? All right. And then tomorrow, actually, I'm doing a show on the Political Voices Network with Tara Dublin from the Political Voices Network tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll post it on Facebook and in the Tarabuster Discord, and also wherever else. Nice to see you, Josie. Nice to see you. All right, if you're on other platforms, come on over to youtube.com/c4channel/Tarabuster to hang out in the greatest chat room in American history. And also, thank you, Charlie from APS Radio News, for all you do for the community cats, to keep the show going and growing, and to make the world a better place. For God's sakes, we don't have enough of that. We need more. We need about 1 million more of you, Charlie. Mamma mia. All right, I'm trying to find... Okay, let me just send Robyn a warning text. Calling now. Run one ringy dingy. Here we go. Bing bong bong badang bong. Bing bong bong. Hello.
Says Mike, when they arrive at their favorite spot on federal public lands, only to be met with no trespassing signs. Sadly, the issue of the privatization or outright theft of our federal public lands receives literally no major media attention. Hopefully, I've highlighted the issue a bit for the Horn community congregation. Enjoy your federal public lands now while you still can. Absolutely true, Mike, and thank you. I'm glad you did. And I really appreciate the dedication that you show to highlighting what a precious gift, precious right this is for the American people. And again, this gang of cut purses, thugs, punks, footpads, and highwaymen, if it ain't nailed down, they will steal it. Thank you for that, Mike. Thank you very, very kindly. Let's here's Tara. Hi, Tara.
Hi, honey. How you doing? Looking good. Look at me. I look like shit. You make me look like...
Oh, quit that. You look wonderful. I'm always thrilled and happy to see you.
You're nice. You're very sweet to say such a thing.
So are you. Wait a minute. Okay, who's the cat on camera this evening?
That's Boudica.
Is it Booty? Okay.
Yeah.
I can only see a little of her, so I wasn't
sleeping.
Sure.
She's dreaming of. Let's see, Buddha. Everybody wants to see your face.
Oh, there's the Booty.
She's so cute. When I wake her up, she's like she always makes a little meow.
What?
Yeah, exactly. She's so cute. I love her. I love her, Booty. I love you, Booty. I just have to make sure she doesn't fall. All right, Booty. Sorry.
I love the fact that her little kitty turntable spins.
Yeah, well, that's why I was like screwing it back in so it doesn't get loose and fall. You know what I mean? It doesn't really spin. I was just
Oh, okay.
Just made it a little probably unsafe by doing it. But no, it's fine. It has some.
She's good. Nothing's going to go.
Yeah,
Everything's going to be just fine.
She's fine.
How are you?
Oh, and here's Francis. Okay.
Francis.
Yeah, this is Francis. Francis Jr. Mwah. He's a good boy when he's not being bad. Okay. How am I? Not good. I feel I got a constant pit in my stomach, and a lot of people that I'm talking to, regular people who don't do what we do, they're like, I'm tuning out. I can't watch the news. I can't stay involved. And this is what happens. But I get it. Because I do take some time. Usually on a Sunday, I'll take time. That'll be my time to like veg out and watch a movie and not think about Republicans.
Little mental margarita.
Mm-hmm. But this is what they're counting on for them to continue with taking over. And people will wake up when it comes for them. First they came for the government workers. Well, first they came for the trans people, of course. Then they came for the government workers. Mm-hmm. When are you going to wake up?
Then they came for the migrants.
Uh-oh, you're muted.
I'm not muted.
Muted.
No, I'm not. Nothing. No, I got good signal here.
I don't hear you, honey. Is that me? Am I muted? Let me.
Maybe Francis stepped on something.
Me. Yeah, no, you're muted.
No, I swear, I promise, I'm not. Not on this end.
Oh, well, that's weird. Twisted Nerves Painting says he has audio on both of us. Something is wrong with me then.
I wake up so many mornings saying that to myself.
You hear Robyn, and you hear me too? Why can't I fucking hear anybody then? Mother.
Yeah. Check. 1, 2.
Okay. I hear you now.
Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now it's the time for all good men to come to the aid of the country.
That's good. Wow. Thank you, guys. Well, thank God for the chat room producers. Okay. Talk again.
You two,
okay.
I
thought I lost you.
You two have an all-volunteer staff.
One is, I have a cat staff, and they're not very good at their jobs. So, let's see. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it all sucks.
Well, what I was going to add to what you said was that they're trying. The maggots would like nothing more than to depress everyone into just laying low.
That's right.
Keeping their heads down. That's how fascism works.
Yep.
And right. But again, nothing is new in this, Tara, because this is from way back. Okay. Oh, she's got her horn mug today. That just makes me so happy.
It's great. It's just the right size.
We've talked for years on the horn about what I call soft voter suppression.
Yes.
There's the hard version. Chinese restaurant menus for literacy tests, signing your name with a ballpoint pen on wax paper, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But the soft form comes in the it's what happens when you convince people that, for instance, as Strom Thurmond, George Wallace, and Ralph Nader in 2000, fuck you, Ralph,
right,
very, very much, said there's not a dime's worth of difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. And it's always assholes who are saying that. I mean, take a look right now. I saw some sparkle fart propelled unicorn cavalry purity patrol jerk earlier today. I think he was maybe somebody associated with Jill fucking Stein.
Oh God,
who said
that grifter.
Who said? Oh God, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, because this quote is almost too much to. Yeah, it's some dude named Jason Call. And he said, yes, of course, Trump is bad.
Ugh.
But there was no illusion that he would be terrible.
Fuck off.
Electing Harris, wait for it though. Here's the fun part. Electing Harris would have been worse.
Get the fuck out of here.
We can fight Trump.
What? I'm sorry to scream in your ears.
No. It's okay. I've read.
Where's my hammer? I gotta hit myself in the head.
My buddy, our buddy, John in Central PA sent this along. Get this. We can fight Trump through. But wait, here's how he's going to fight Trump. This is so cool.
Okay.
I mean, this is right up there with Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland going to put on a play in Grandpa's barn. We can fight Trump through mutual aid, through civil disobedience, through active resistance and organizing. We can overcome.
Who said this? What moron said this? Another
Jason Call. His bio over on the excrement platform says Democrats and Republicans will both kill us. Math teacher, bass player, unapologetic agitator, he, him. Our interests are not their interests. Scorched earth on capitalism.
Oh, God. What a dumb bastard, really.
But we're not. Oh, see, this is kind of like Nancy Hatchet Face Mace last week.
Oh.
We're not done with this quote.
No.
We can overcome. We would never overcome the moral stain of re-electing genocide. It would have undercut any moral authority.
Oh,
it
Jesus
would have
Christ.
metastasized. As god-awful as Trump is, it was the better outcome. Now let's organize to bury fascism again, but this time for real, and that means ending capitalism.
Wow. What? I gotta look at this with my own beautiful eyes. Who is this person again?
His name is Jason Call. He on the excrement platform. He is at Call for Congress.
Ugh, I see him right there. Oh, geez. Of course. I mean, I had to see. He's a white male.
Yeah, he's right. He's got no fat in the fire and no skin in the game.
Yeah, of course.
Right before you came on, and I don't want us to go down this road again because you very, very kindly let us do that from time to time. Mike in Cascadia was talking about our federal lands. Mm-hmm. And just for those who may not know, where I live, over in Fayette County, West Virginia, I'm visiting with my girlfriend now. I'm up in lovely Vienna, West Virginia, right by the banks of West Virginia's river, the Ohio. It is ours, legally, and it's ours. We should change the name.
What do you mean?
We changed it to the Gulf of America. J.B. Pritzker, he wants to change Lake Michigan to Lake Illinois.
Oh, God. Yeah, why not? Right,
no,
let's change it all.
Pritzker was just trolling, but hell, it's our damn river. Let's change it to the West Virginia River.
Mm-hmm. Right. Why not?
But anyway, where I live down in Fayette County, I can, if I want to, I can strike out from my front porch and be in a national park walking in less than a half an hour.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Those are our federal public lands, right?
Yeah. Supposedly. Yeah.
But it is now. But now, if I want to enjoy those federal public lands that are oh so close to my home, if I have to take a wee, I have to take a wee in the woods.
Right. Yeah.
Because of that stupid executive order.
Ugh. So disgusting.
And when you take it in the context of what Mike in Cascadia was writing about, that is another assault on our federal lands. It's the functional equivalent of telling people like me of putting a big no trespassing sign on the national park in my damn backyard.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's just, oh God. It gets wearisome, but that's the thing. We to go back to our original topic, we cannot allow ourselves to be wearied by it.
Right. Yeah.
Because if we say, oh, this is just so tiresome,
Yeah.
I'm exhausted, I can't do this anymore, then we give them exactly what they want. And that's why Victoria and I were out with about 150 other West Virginians yesterday in front of the Bureau of the Public Debt and the Bureau of Financial Services of the United States of America, the headquarters in Parkersburg, protesting the presence of the scumbag boys who had announced plans to be there to hack into the financial accounting system.
Oh, wow. They were going to be there physically?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's great. And what happened? Did you see
Well,
them?
I mean, we marched, we chanted, and the maggots, we didn't get confronted directly by any organized maggots. We just got called names. For the benefit of the Tarabuster audience, we had a lovely little moment right toward the end of it when a pasty-faced, doughy old white male maggot came up to an intersection where a bunch of us who had been marching, were crossing, and one of the lovely ladies who was with us said, "Do you need to turn here? We can stop the." And this guy he's got his window rolled down and he goes, "No, I just want to see what you idiots were doing." And my sweet, beloved, lovely Victoria, as innocent as the day is long. Everybody heard this on the horn yesterday, but I shall be like Robert Frost once said, I shall be telling this story ages and ages hence. Just so sweetly and so innocently, Victoria turned to the pasty-faced, doughy maggot man and said, "You dropped your HUD."
That's a good one. That's good. I wish I could have.
But with perfect timing, because you've done stand up. He responded just as one might hope and said, "What?"
What?
At which point I turned and said, "Your Klan HUD."
Right.
And he got all on his face. And
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And I just turned and flicked my hip at him and went, "You wish."
Right.
And walked away.
That's good.
It was
I
a
like
beautiful
it.
moment.
That's what you got to do, you know. But when sometimes I'll say,
Yeah, you got to needle them where you can.
Well, yeah.
They are a dainty lot,
Oh,
Tara.
please, they really are, and of course
They are
full
so
of shit.
delicate. The maggots are so dainty and delicate and fragile. They need the entire country to be a safe space for them.
Oh yeah, where they can be as horrible as they are without any consequences, without anybody having a reaction to it. That's what they want, you see? Because the modern world, the decent world is just too big. Like that's what I say that's why they love small government. They want to make America as small as they are. To shove just small enough for straight acting cis white males in it at the top. That's it. It's small and petty and fragile as they are. America's just too big for them, and they are so frail and so pale. Yeah, it really is.
They can't. They go completely to pieces at the thought of living in a world where people who aren't as pale as them, or as straight as them, or as cis as them, or as Christian as them, have some degree of
decent dignity. I don't know.
Stakeholder status in the country.
Right. And just asking them to move over a little. That's all, or whatever. Make some fucking room,
That's the again in Make America Great Again.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So
Yeah. Well, they're just too fragile. That's why, what they're doing, of course, is, and we've talked about this forever, they're dismantling the grand experiment in liberal democracy because it's just too decent for them. The more America would actualize, or at least attempted to actualize the promises in our founding documents, the more we get closer to promoting the general welfare or e pluribus unum, out of many one. The more we leave no one behind, that's when they lose their minds, and they would rather overthrow the entire system than actually share with anybody who's not like them. That's what it's about. And whatever they're doing, what they're up to, what I saw this unelected South African sociopath in the Oval Office. I'm sure you saw him too. What a disgusting display. The whole thing.
What a disgrace. But you know what? As disgusting as it was, and yesterday in talking about it, I did a comparison and contrast with, say, Howard Hughes, who eventually ended up being eaten alive by his own mind and died in a hotel room surrounded by mason jars full of his piss.
Yes. I
know.
Hope,
Please.
Hurry up, please.
But
Karma, hurry.
But the thing is, there was a value in that, because it's been 24 hours now, and the way it was covered, it's got to be eating a hole.
Oh yeah.
In Clementine Caligula's guts.
Right.
He's feasting on his own filthy liver.
Right, and that's how we have to attack him legally and peacefully, partly, and the media should be doing this too, and the whole Democratic Party. And I've heard the Democrats calling him, President Musk, and we know that when what's his face, Steve Bannon, was on the cover of Time magazine, he was out of the White House within a week. So, and that press
somebody mentioned that earlier.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, please, Time, get with it.
Right. And then here's the other thing. When I was watching this fucking press conference, and Musk, and the whole fallacy that this monster has a mandate. The unelected South African sociopath kept saying, "Oh, well, he has a mandate for major government reform. This is a mandate. The Republicans won the House. They won the Senate. This is a mandate. He won the popular vote." First of all of that is bullshit. Yes, he won the House and the Senate. He has the slimmest majority in decades. However, I think since the Great Depression, it's now down to 3 votes. And that's, I think, is it 3 or going down to 2? I think it's going down to 2, because when they now have a 3-vote margin, and when...
But isn't there a special election in North Carolina coming up?
Yeah.
Where the Democrat could win?
Yeah. And so what's happening, I saw this yesterday or the day before, because New York, so Elise Stefanik, the dead-eyed sociopath with the joyless grin, is taking her carcass over to the UN. That will leave a seat open, and she's a representative from New York, and that in a very red district in New York, upstate New York. And what they're doing, what the Democrats in the House or in the New York legislature are doing, is they're not going to hold this special election until November. And that is, that's the prerogative of the governor. And they're citing budget reasons, which, good, that's how you fucking play it.
Hey, you know what? Budget reasons are fine, but if they want to just say, hey.
Yeah, hey.
Y'all.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Of course, the maggots are losing their shit, but that's how you play it. And this is the thing with the Democrats, and I hope that everybody's been calling.
Die mad about it.
Yeah, what?
Die mad about it.
Yeah, exactly. But please, by all means, die. Right, mad, I mean, right. I'm sorry, legally and peacefully. But, so everyone should be calling their representatives and to tell them, what the hell? Enough with playing nice with these sociopaths. We see what's going on. Not a single vote for any of the cabinet of freaks and curiosities. Enough. No vote. The only obligation, the only thing that the Democrats should be doing right now is throwing sand in the gears of the machine and slowing it down, period, to a crawl. If that maggot Tommy Tuberville can hold up the promotions of over 400 officers for, 10 months? That was Tommy Tuberville, right? Like,
Yeah,
what the hell? One maggot can do that? What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? Do everything you can. Call for whatever it is.
Well, but I mean, senators have said that they will hold up all State Department appointments.
Good. They have to.
And frankly, he shouldn't get another appointment through.
That's it. That's
Put
the
hold
duty.
on.
That's it.
No, unanimous consent. Nothing.
Yeah, none of that.
Nothing moves.
Of it. Everything has to go through the long route. However, whatever it takes. That's why people are sick of the Democrats, because they don't seem to fight.
Yeah,
but
they need to take a lesson from old school labor.
Yeah.
Back in the glory days of the United Mine Workers of America, back before it became a pathetic shadow of its former self, and it was a self-inflicted wound. They would say, "Listen here, this is a strike. Not one shovelful of coal moves unless a union man moves it."
Yeah. Right.
And that is one of the few things that the minority can do in the Senate.
Yes.
And frankly, if we push them hard enough, they will eliminate the filibuster.
Oh, you mean the maggots? Well,
the maggots will. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I guess that's what the chance we'll have to take.
Right. I mean, yeah. But the fact of the matter is, we've got to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there won't be a government to save.
That's right. And so for Democrats to say what you say, oh, we can't do that because if we don't play nice with them, they'll end the filibuster. Oh well, they're ending America as we speak. And that's what they're up to, because what the unelected South African sociopath was saying in the Oval Office when President Musk held that press conference, he was saying that Trump has a mandate for major government reform. No, he does not. No one voted for major government reform.
1.7 million votes out, and how many eligible voters were either suppressed, removed,
of course,
or stayed home?
That's right. Over 8 million.
He has anything but a majority.
Right. He received more people voted against him than voted for him. And I'm saying he doesn't have the popular vote. And I know they keep repeating that. He may have won more votes than Harris, but other candidates.
Yeah, I mean the popular vote numbers. Yeah, whatever.
He has less than 50%.
Fact of the matter remains, civically, Tara, that the president becomes the president by operation of a vulgar, racist anachronism forever enshrined in the Constitution of the United States that we have never ever bothered to get rid of.
Yes, the electoral
and
college.
Should have,
of course, long
ago.
Well, they were afraid democracy would really break out. That's the problem. But I mean, the fact is that this is what's so irritating with the White House press corps. What is the point of them? They're just stenographers sitting there. Well, remember,
they're just so glad Trump is back because he likes to come and talk to them.
Oh my God, it's so unbearable. But all they do is sit there and take notes and amplify the lies. And Elon Musk he was going on saying how the American people voted for major government reform. No, they didn't. I didn't see anybody holding a sign saying major government reform now. They had mass deportation now. Yeah, but there was no major government reform now. In fact, what they're doing with this Project 2025, because that is what they're doing. It's right and that's why the Democrats need to read that Project 2025 and know what's coming, what is coming, and start, being proactive about it, about the resistance. But okay, but
that's why it was so encouraging to me yesterday, Tara, that 150. I mean, yes, it was colder than a well digger's ass here.
Good, yeah,
and it snowed.
Right,
and
but people were out.
People showed up and marched
good.
In the snow,
That's
in
good.
The cold, raising voices, carrying signs.
In West Virginia?
Yes.
Wow, there you go. See?
We were there. We were part of that. We were proud and happy to be part of that.
That's great. which is encouraging. But yeah, I mean, but the thing is, even when Trump was running, as we know, he pretended to not even know anything about Project 2025.
Yeah, because he's a liar.
Yeah. So to say, oh, I don't even know, he would call it Project 25, you know. Yeah. Oh, what is this Project 25? Oh, hey. No, you know, I mean, come on here. So,
but again, the simpletons believe. I mean, to this day, you can say, you know, look, they're putting Project 2025 into motion every day. Well, Trump said he didn't know nothing about that.
Right. There's until it comes for them.
My response to these, to these goddamn simpletons is to look at them and say, "Hey, buddy,
yeah,
I got some magic beans here you can buy."
Well, they love those magic beans.
Give me all your money, and I'll give you these 3 magic beans.
It's incredible.
Come on. It's a bargain. It's a bargain. It's such a deal.
Amazing. You know, I've been perusing, of course, the leopard's eating your face, but the conservative Reddit page. Have you ever gone on there? I just look at it to see what they're.
Yeah, I put on a hazmat suit and went there a couple of times.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, they're all celebrating the confirmation of Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, they're suddenly they're a fan.
Yeah, she's a traitor. She's a Putin puppet. She is a danger. When, you know, and this is the thing, when America's enemies are as giddy as kids on Christmas morning and our allies are appalled, you gotta wonder, whose side are you on, maggots? Whose side are you on? Really, no people by the company they keep. So why are they so giddy about this? It's only because she upsets the left, quote unquote. The libs are upset. That's what they like. As long as they don't care, they'll put fucking Putin in charge of our, cybersecurity. Remember when Trump wanted to do that? Mm-hmm. But as long as it upsets the libs, whatever that is, and that's, you know, of course, AKA the actual patriots. That's what they must be talking about, because it just proves my point all the time. Republicans are, you know, they don't like America. They never did. It's too big. It's too, you know, it's too progressive. The progressive experiment of liberal democracy. They hate it. They never liked it. They would rather have a king and an aristocracy. Incredible. And they're saying he's just draining the swamp by sending out pink slips to 2 million of your fellow Americans. That's draining the swamp. How dare you? You know, Trump.
And I love the fact that the West Virginia maggots are like, well, he's just eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse.
Right.
There are people in those BFS and BPD buildings who have already gotten their surrendered Dorothy letters from Leon Scott.
Right. But then they're all, wait a minute. We read one last week where the guy whose wife got a letter.
And the federal offices there are literally the economic engine of this little city by the river. But, you know, if Daddy wants to kill it,
yeah.
I mean, this is like something out of feudal Japan.
It really is.
If Daddy tells his maggots to commit seppuku.
Right.
They're all going to get out their Ginsu knives and right across their abdomens.
It's so true. And in fact, I saw.
For you, Daddy.
There was a post that I saw somewhere from. It might have been on Leopards Eating Your Face, and it was a maggot saying something, you know, complaining that they were gonna lose their job now, and what am I gonna do? And the response from another maggot was, you're gonna do exactly what Elon Musk and President Trump tell you to do. That was the way the maggots console each other. You're gonna do exactly what your daddy, who's slitting your throat, tells you to do. And for what? You know, it's if and this is, I just saw that man-child Musk, Traitor Trump and his unelected South African sociopath, that this what the hell happened? that a federal judge okayed. What is this? The buyout. Federal judge's buyout decision marks first major legal win for Trump. So the court dissolved an injunction due to lack of standing, according to this report. And this is what the White House press secretary, what's her face, said. This goes to
leave it alone.
Yeah. This goes to show that lawfare will not ultimately prevail. Lawfare. Everything's lawfare.
Lawfare.
When it's, checks and balances, bitch. And lawfare will not ultimately prevail over the will of 77 million Americans who supported President Trump and his prior. What about the rest? There's 320 million people, 330.
350.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, hello, fucker. 31% of the voting, of the eligible voting populace.
70 million of 350 million is 20%.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
And I'm terrible at ciphering, but I could do that right off the top of my head. I want to share something with you real quick, because it is Wednesday and we do churchy stuff here. So I thought we'd have a Bible reading.
Good.
And I remember a long time ago when Barack Obama was president and all the good, God-fearing, upstanding, Bible-believing, Christ-centered, evangelical, fundamentalist, homosexual, Christian Republicans were out there engaging in what they called imprecatory prayer.
Oh, yes. Fuckers.
And they were particularly fond of Psalm 109. Well, brethren and sistren, let us begin our reading today, starting with verse 6 of Psalm 109, because as I read this, it doesn't sound like anything aimed at Barack Obama. It never did. But damn, listen to this. And of course, this is a psalm. It's directed to the great big bearded juvenile delinquent in the sky. Appoint someone evil to oppose my enemy. Let an accuser stand at his right hand. May his day... No. When he is tried, let him be found guilty, and may his prayers condemn him. Oh, may his days be few. May another take his place of leadership. May his children be fatherless and his wife a widow.
Wow, what a scum.
Melanoma can only wish.
Uh-huh.
May his children be wandering beggars. May they be driven from their ruined homes.
That'd be wonderful.
But wait, like I said, this is good. Barack Obama never, ever filed for bankruptcy.
No.
Okay?
Right.
May a creditor seize all he has. May strangers plunder the fruits of his labor. May no one extend kindness to him or take pity on his fatherless children.
Oh my God.
May
wrote
his
this?
Presumably David, but come on.
God.
May no one extend kindness to him or take pity on his fatherless children. May his descendants be cut off, their names blotted out from the next generation. May the iniquity of... Get this. Think about his dad. He's because Whitner is a soak, S-O-A-K, son of a Klansman.
Yes.
His granddaddy was a filthy fucking pimp.
Yes.
And a coward and a traitor to Germany.
Uh-huh. As they all are, traitors.
May the iniquity of his fathers be remembered before the Lord. May the sin of his mother came here on a vacation visa from Scotland and proceeded to go to work as the upstairs maid for Frederick Christ Trump.
Really? Oh wow! Yeah. I didn't know that.
She was an illegal immigrant. She overstayed her visa.
Bitch.
Why?
What did we fucking do to deserve this?
May the iniquity of his fathers be remembered before the Lord. May the sin of his mother never be blotted out. May their sins always remain before the Lord, that he may blot out their name from the earth. Then verse 16. For he never thought of doing a kindness, but hounded to death the poor and the needy and the brokenhearted.
Wow, it sounds like him.
He loved to pronounce a curse. May it come back on him. He found no pleasure in blessing. May it be far from him. He wore cursing as his garment. It entered into his body like water, into his bones like oil.
Amazing.
May it be like a cloak wrapped around him, like a belt tied forever around him. May this be the Lord's payment to my accusers, to those who speak evil of me.
Wow.
How about that?
That's amazing. It sounds like it was written right for Trump.
Yeah. You know,
and I wonder if when these Bible-thumping hypocrites read that, do they see who they're talking about? Do they see this?
No, I think not.
Yeah.
I want to share a couple of other things. Micah sent this along, and it's from a Substack. It's from Letters from God, you know, the God character on social media.
Yeah.
But God published one today. And I've got the audio here. The headline reads, "Hot Mike catches Elon's son telling Trump to shut up and go away."
Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
I hope this is true.
I do too.
Again, and God referring to it as
what a
the
brat.
The hot mic from hell.
Yeah, what a little brat. Of course he's a brat.
So here's the video with commentary. It's only a couple minutes long, but oh, please, goddess of irony, let out out of the mouths of babes.
Yes.
Okay. Shut up. Go away. Yeah. Which leads me, of course, inexorably to that line from Idiocracy. Go away. I'm baiting. Okay, let's see. And yeah, up there.
I wasn't even going to post on this, and then I saw some clips that changed my mind, and I'll show you those in a moment. But first, Elon Musk yesterday, along with his son Little X, held a press conference in the Oval Office to discuss what Doge is doing, all while Donald Trump watched on silently from his cuck chair. And in the aftermath, one of Elon's fanboys shared this tweet that Elon reposted. It says, "History repeats itself," and it shows two images. The first image is a pretty iconic image of JFK Jr. playing underneath his dad's desk while he worked in the Oval Office. And the second is Little X seemingly bored out of his mind, crawling around on the floor while Donald Trump pontificates about what he liked watching from said cuck chair. But I can point out at least one glaring difference between these two situations. JFK Jr., as I recall, never had criticisms of his father while the press was there. Little X, on the other hand, has a lot to say, and there was a hot mic that caught some of it. So first is this little gem.
To restore democracy. This may seem like, well...
You heard that too, right? You're not the president. You need to go away. I'll play the clip a second time. Just you watch and tell me if that's what he said.
To restore democracy. This may seem like...
That's what he said, but I'll go one better because You're
not the president.
So I'm seeing the video here, and Little X, I guess that's his name, is standing at the Resolute desk looking directly at Nitwit Nero, and in his little boy voice says, "You're not the president. Go away."
Well, where's he getting it from? He's getting it from his daddy.
Well, when my kids were young, they had a wonderful teacher. He taught language arts, and when he got frustrated with his young charges, he would. It all starts in the home. It all starts in the home.
Wow.
So yeah.
I'm looking at the video. Let me see if I can put it on screen for everybody. So yeah, you could see. That's the video of what Robyn is playing the.
Yeah, the guy with the big bushy beard is doing the commentary.
Well, no, it's the video of the kid saying to Trump, "You're not the president. You need to go away." And that's what this person, whoever posted this, is saying. That's the. But you could see it on Trump's face, like he's pissed.
Oh, well,
can you see it? Yeah.
Let me go back. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. You can't see
it. I'm only seeing here, but.
I'm just playing it off of Twitter. If just Google "You're Not the President" or search it on Twitter, and it'll come up. And you could see that Trump's face. He's pissed. He turns away from him, and he has this sour look.
This may seem like, well,
we have this hashtag that we mentioned from time to time.
Democracy.
Oh, I hear it.
Stoke the stroke.
What? Say again?
Hashtag STS stoke the stroke.
Okay.
That's what that is.
What do you mean, stoke the stroke?
Stoke Nitwit Nero's stroke.
Okay. Yes.
And get that little...
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
This may seem like...
He goes right to his face and says it.
Yeah, he looks him right in the eye.
It's like, "You're not the president. You need to go away." That's great.
I'm trying to find...
to restore democracy.
He definitely says you need to go away.
Yeah, I can't hear anything that you're playing.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just what you played earlier, so...
to restore democracy.
Savings you just can't beat.
That is great.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, he is not the president. He needs to go away. That little brat. What a brat.
Some questions. Elon, go ahead.
Sure. So, at a high level, you say, what is the goal of Doge and I think a significant part of this?
I hate him. I can't listen to his
restore
voice.
Democracy. This may seem...
restore democracy.
You're not the president. It walks up to him, looks up at him. You're not the president.
Yeah, you need to go away. Wow. Wow.
And a little child shall lead them.
Yeah. What a little brat he is, though.
From one year to the next.
Of course he's getting it from his father. His piece of shit father.
And, I mean, look. Part of the reason that Leon Scum is treating his little boy this way is because of the fact that he's already had one of his children reject him.
Of course. Yeah.
And reject even his name.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And changed her name, too.
Uh-huh.
And you think this kid who has an unpronounceable name...
Oh, please.
Isn't going to march right into court when they're old enough and go, look...
yeah. Call me Mike.
Call me Ishmael.
Right. Call me anything that you can fucking spell, please.
Yeah.
What is he? X-A-E. What is that old English letter? The A and the E together? Mm-hmm. That's what his name is. A-E and a couple of numbers. Like Ethelstan, Ethel.
I.
Yeah. What is that letter called? Do you know what I'm talking about? Ethelstan, Ethelwald.
I remember when everybody gave Prince shit for changing his name to an Egyptian symbol.
Yeah.
Hell, that was positively coherent compared to little Leon Scum here.
He's just such a basic bitch, I mean, it's not interesting. You're not a genius. It's not, whatever. The mark of a genius. He names everything X. He's got no creativity. He's just like Traitor Trump. And obviously, he's a sociopath because
he's deeply neurodivergent.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
And so his brain doesn't quite bang on all cylinders. And so the letter X is just stuck. It's like
space X, my X, this X, X, X.
It happens, Tara. It happens to you. It happens to me. We've all been earwormed by a song.
Yeah, I guess.
For instance,
Yeah.
I've had one running through my head for about 24 hours. I've had REM's Orange Crush running.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
If you sing it,
I've got my Orange Crush.
Oh, okay.
Because I found some of this in the grocery store. Zero sugar Orange Crush.
Okay.
And Victoria looked at me and said, I've got my spine, I've got my orange crush.
Okay. I don't know the song, so thank God. So it won't go in my head. Like my my head
when
is.
you get one of those, it just rattles around a while until somehow or another you manage to cleanse it. And Leon Scum can't cleanse it. It's just X. Everything is X. Everything is X. 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 It's like he was traumatized by his first fucking algebra teacher.
Right.
Okay.
X. X. It's like, shut up, X. It's boring. You're boring. You're disgusting. You're slimy. You have no charisma. You're not a normal person. Go away. And that's the other thing that what has to keep what the Democrats need to latch on to and continue to repeat, that it is absolutely the height of immorality for any billionaire to send anybody a pink slip. How dare he? How dare he?
Right. Absolutely. And the other thing that's noteworthy out of that little clip from yesterday, you're not the president, you need to go away, is that Leon Scum didn't stop it.
Of course. What's he gonna say?
That?
Yeah.
Or
well, I guess he just
no.
He ignored it though. But
because even when Daddy was talking, little X was just standing there chattering away.
But you could see in the video, Trump is looking at him, and then he says, "You're not the president. You need to go away." He turns like,
yeah, Trump Nero turns away from him with this disgusted look on his face.
Yeah, like, you little bitch, little brat bitch, hoping that nobody heard it. That's what he was looking around to see. And he hates that kid, like he hates Elon Musk, but he's not going to get rid of him like he got rid of Steve Bannon because he's a billionaire. He needs the money. I guess he don't want to spend his own money because he's a little grifty, greedy little. Ugh. He's just a grubby little parasite. They all are, and that's what the Democrats need to message. But the problem is they are also. Many of them, like the senator from Wall Street, Chuck Schumer, they're all. They need the money too, or whatever. They think they need the money. It's
about the old joke about the guy who thinks he's a chicken.
Yeah, what's that joke?
The family goes to a psychiatrist and says, "Listen, he thinks he's a chicken," and the psychiatrist says, "Tell him he's not a chicken."
Yeah.
And the response is, "Well, we would, but we need the eggs."
Yes, that is a perfect analogy.
Chuckles Jr. needs the eggs.
Yes. True.
Come on, have a little compassion, Tara. Imagine that poor man having to get up every day with the full weight of Wall Street on his shoulders.
Trump?
Chuckles Schumer.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean, that's his job. Wall Street is his constituency.
Yeah, he's the senator from Wall Street.
And if they get mad at him, they won't give him any more money.
Right.
Damn it.
Oh, and what is he going to do then? Right.
Yeah.
My God.
Oh, and I should add, I need to interject because, this happens all the time when we do this. We got $140 to go to get down to fully funded for last Monday. And if we can raise that $140, we won't have a triple-digit fundraising hole come tomorrow. We won't be over $1,000 in the hole come tomorrow. So if thank you, Ralphs, for the challenge earlier, getting us down from 900 to 140. If we can raise $140, we're closer to paying bills and buying more propane and just trying to survive our way out of this frozen winter. A couple of notes coming in from Sylvie, from the Committee for Surrealism in Everyday Life. Anent the Flaggots, Flaggots. Those idiots with the stars and stripe decals, stickers, antenna flags, yada, yada, yada on their vehicles. I saw one yesterday with the bumper sticker flag and in big black letters, "These colors don't run."
Fuck off.
But the rest of the flag was completely faded to white except for the pale blue field of the stars. Yeah, they may not run, you dolt, but they do fade. Right. And
colors. I don't really care about stupid colors. Forget the substance.
And Cynthia said, imagine what Trump would do to Yosemite.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I'm just waiting for Leon to buy a bunch of national parks to be his personal playground.
Exactly.
Acadia, pennies on the dollar. You know it. Yosemite, can you imagine all the granite countertops Trump will get out of Half Dome? Kaboom. All gone for cheap.
Well, that's all that matters.
And
money.
Owning the libs, Cynthia says, is a dangerous game. Like playing with fire. People who play with fire have a tendency to get burned. And Sylvie adds, little pitchers have big ears, as to little X. Little X definitely heard that from somebody.
Of course.
His daddy. Out of the mouths of babes oft comes saliva.
Of course.
Yes,
well, you know that, I mean, just think about what a sociopath that fucking unelected South African billionaire is to name his child X, AE, whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Like, what a selfish thing to do. It has no regard for him.
If he wasn't a gazillionaire, Child Protective Services would have stepped in.
Yeah. It's like
I remember there was a fucked up parents several years ago that went to get a birthday cake for their little kid. It was like his third birthday, and the birthday cake said, "Happy birthday, Adolf Hitler."
Yes, that was their
because they had
name.
named their child Adolf Hitler. And Child Protective Services stepped in and said, y'all really don't need to be parents.
Yeah. That's I remember that. And they're 100% right, because you're setting your child up for failure in life. Maybe not failure at Elon Musk's organization, but yeah, in life, in general, yes. But to do that to your child, to name it something not just impronounceable, but unspellable, and it's not very memorable either. XAE. What is that? What is that letter? I was asking you because you know everything. You know, Ethelstan. Sadly, how do you even? Ethelwald, or how do you say it? AE.
Here, let's.
How do you? What is it? Like, how do you even type it?
AE.
Yeah, AE, like Ethelstan.
Old English.
Ethelwald. What is that called?
It's
like Alfred used to be spelled that way. Alfwin, Ethelwald.
It's a ligature representing the Latin diphthong AE.
A ligature. How do you type it? I don't even know. I mean, does it have a name? Type it on a typewriter, because I see that people have typed it.
Esk. It's called Esk.
It's called Esk. Is that his name then? X
AESC.
So his name is X Esk. The fucking bastard! Wow.
It transliterates a rune, an Anglo-Saxon rune, that looks like a backwards F with the branches pointing down to the ground.
Ugh,
and it's called Ash or Aish.
Aish. Unreal. Little X. Fuck you. Fuck them all. Oh my god.
And linguistically, of course, X has all kinds of different pronunciations.
Right.
It's Kai in Greek.
True.
In Mesoamerican languages, the X for instance, in Mexico, in the original language, it was pronounced Mexica. Okay. So therefore, the platform that used to be Twitter is now actually, by virtue of having an X, is Shitter.
Shitter. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And
the thanks to the Horn Ad Hoc Research Department, apparently there does seem to be some consensus that he said something like, you're not the president, you need to go, you need to leave. And and apparently Nitwit Nero heard that. Thank you, Ralph, serving as the Horn Ad Hoc awesome. Leon's son dissing the president research department. That's for the ages.
That's great. Congratulations. Maybe he'll grow up and be a rebel and hate his filthy father.
Yeah.
And rebel. That's why I always wonder about any of these Trump maggot spawns. None of them have the balls to rebel.
Interesting. I've got something interesting here because I don't know if you're on the White House spam list, but somehow or another I am.
Oh, I don't know.
And so I get off all of their Office of Presidential Communication bullshit.
No, I can't.
Help me sort this out. Dated today, the White House, Office of the Press Secretary.
Ugh.
But the thing is, in my list of emails, it says the Office of the Vice President.
The Vice President?
Nominations sent to the Senate. And it's just a list of, I don't have time to go through them and figure out who these loser maggots are, but from the Office of the Vice President, I predicted that there would be a palace coup. I predicted that Section 4 of the 25th Amendment would come into play. Even after the election and before the inauguration, I said that Vice President Guyliner, back during the holiday season, was keeping a list and checking it twice, going to find a way to put Daddy on ice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, right.
And again, the reminder, the date I've chosen, the date that I've got a fin on with my bookie in London, is January the 21st, 2027.
Oh yeah,
Because that's one day less than halfway through his term. So if they can get rid of Nitwit Nero on January 21st, 2027, then Vice President Guyliner gets to try to be president for 10 years.
Yes.
Or 9 years and 1 day less than a half. And then he can become the first president in over 100 years with a beard. And her name is Usha.
I know.
That's just going to stay.
It'll never get old.
It never gets old. And meanwhile, Matt in San Francisco says, X, that kid's going to need $1 billion just for the therapy. Oh, I know.
Yeah. I hope he rebels. That's why I always wonder why any of these Trump
I do too.
maggots.
I hope he doesn't wind up climbing a bell tower with a fucking clown suit
True.
on.
Well.
But then again, apparently it runs in his family. Wouldn't it just drive him bananas if that kid turns out trans?
Oh, I hope so. What do you mean it runs in his family? I know his daughter is trans.
Yeah, his daughter is
Is
his daughter.
Is there any more?
I mean,
we don't know.
Yeah.
Good. I hope they're all fucking trans. Please. Are you kidding me? He's a piece of shit. I hope they all rebel. I mean, who are the other ones that aren't trans? I mean, the other thing is too, if his daughter has does she have siblings or she like only have one? You know what I mean? How many women are his baby mamas is what I'm trying to say. And what about his daughter who happens to be trans? Does she have any siblings, and why are they in any way associated with him still? They should also separate from him because he's a disgusting, repugnant dirtbag. But it says everything about who he is. Your father's the richest person on earth. You could probably have a pretty
and see, he's just a ball of petty grievances and insecurities. Because didn't Chelsea Manning
what
bang his current wife Grimes?
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
No way! Really? Chelsea Manning bang what? When the hell? Where's Chelsea Manning been?
I assume you're researching furiously.
Yes. Chelsea. Yes. Isn't that true? Let me see. Chelsea Manning
and Grimes.
Oh shit. You are right. Grimes, the musician and artist, and Chelsea Manning, The whistleblower and activist were briefly linked romantically in early 2022. Reports suggest that the two started dating after Grimes' second breakup with Elon Musk, with sources claiming they were getting serious and even living together in Austin. However, by July 2022, it was reported that they had broken up, and both Grimes and Manning have largely kept their personal lives private. Manning has explicitly avoided discussing her dating life publicly, while Grimes has occasionally shared updates throughout interviews. She's with this fucking sociopath still?
Yeah, that's little XII's mommy.
Oh, my lord. How old is this person? Grimes. And what is wrong with you, Grimes? What's wrong with you?
I think wasn't Grimy a DJ?
Is that how they met? I mean, the whole thing is gross. Who could have sex with Elon Musk? He's a fucking disgusting. Ugh. He reminds me of like a pop zit or something. I don't know what it is. Just popping and slimy and gross. Jumping around like a maggot. I mean, he has no charisma. He is just a sociopath. How could you have sex with him? It's got to be the worst sex you've ever had.
Well, I mean, look, it's that way with all the maggots.
Yeah.
I mean, try to
It's
don't.
very true.
Don't
I won't try.
do that to your own brain, but I mean.
Well, you're right.
Melanoma Trump.
Oh, please. I know. You think Trump, well, we all know. We have reports from.
I mean, just all that
Ugh.
orange adipose tissue.
Ugh.
Shaking and jiggling away as he goes rutting away on melanoma.
Exactly. Ugh,
straight out of To Kill a Mockingbird. And there he was, rutting away on my mailer.
Well, in order to, you know that they're not very giving lovers. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, they're clearly in it for themselves. So how good can it be? How good can you be, as a lover if you're just like, right?
You're my sister. You're my sister. You're my sister.
Ugh, that's Elon Musk.
God,
That's
so
Traitor
sorry.
Trump. You're just jerking off on somebody. That's all it is. It's disgusting. You're nothing to these people.
Well, there went dinner in the mountains.
I'm sorry, everybody.
It happens,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Sorry. Well, anyway, that's what happens because I don't have any super chats. I need patrons. This is what happens. I don't want to say please. Please become a patron is going to be on my tombstone. I swear to fucking God here. No, I'm only kidding. Not God. I swear to whatever. I don't want to take the Lord's name in vain. My mother would be very upset. Taking the Lord's name in vain. Grassley rings an alarm. Yeah, what?
Tara, don't do that.
Don should check in with Congress. Oh, really? Now he should check in? Well, that's the other thing as we're watching Trump we're watching J.D. Vance and the Republicans in Congress basically, what's the word? I can't think of the fucking word. I don't know. Robyn, help me out here. They are not conceding. Are they conceding? They are.
They are.
Giving their power to Trump. Just.
They are. What? They're not. No, it's not conceding. They are capitulating.
Capitulating. Yeah, they are simply
or abdicating.
Abdicating. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a good word because it reminds you of monarchy. So, but
right.
They are abdicating their role as a co-equal branch of government. All of them.
Right. They're just a rubber stamp, and they always are.
And for J.D. Vance to go on social media and say, and he knows better. He's a Yale-educated lawyer to say that if a judge couldn't tell a general how to run a war or whatever. But that's not what we're talking about, is it, fucking J.D. Vance? We are talking about a judge coming in, or he said a judge couldn't tell the executive, the president, how to run a war, nor can they come in to tell them what's in the bounds of their executive power. That's what the judge is there to do, to tell you, to constrain executive power.
And the fact of the matter is, because everything has to be someone else's fault, because he's incapable of taking responsibility, because he's a pissy little bitch. Nitwit Nero today was barking and grunting that these injunctions that are being put in place against his executive orders, it's all a bunch of liberal activist judges.
Oh my God!
And of course, the little maggots go, "Yes, liberal activist judges." One of those liberal activist judges that enjoined one of his executive orders was a judge that he appointed in his first term, a maggot named Carl Nichols.
It don't matter. Truth is so, what is truth?
Yeah, truth's so overrated.
As Pontius Pilate said, right? Truth, what is truth? It's really true. And it's really sickening watching all of the rich people in this country, not all, but the corporations, the media, all acquiesce to this tyrant before they even there's any pushback at all. None of the, and remember how they all feigned outrage when the traitor sent his mob to the Capitol. And, democracy dies in darkness. And now they're all, like, licking his balls. I'm sick of it.
I wanted to bring one other thing up. Did you see the story yesterday about what happened on the floor of the House the night before last when Nancy Hatchet-Face Mace went to the floor to accuse her former boyfriend of rape? The guy who campaigned for her in her...
Really?
Yeah.
I missed when did this happen? Yesterday?
Night before last.
What?
She went on for almost an hour.
Why?
Because, she's thinking that she wants to be governor of South Carolina, Stan, and she would be likely going up against the South Carolina Attorney General, a dude named Alan Wilson, son of Joe. Remember Joe Uli Wilson?
Oh, God. A new generation?
Whose name isn't really Joe. That's just his chosen name, so we're going to use that. But she did this from the well of the House because constitutionally members of the House are immune. They can stand up in the well of the House and scream whatever slander they want, and they can't be touched.
Wow.
So she named her ex-boyfriend as a rapist and sexual predator and several other guys, and they can't do a goddamn thing about it.
Wow.
They could sue her for defamation if she did it outside the Congress, but Mullah Moses Mike Johnson, who's, he's a Christian, right? He's a Christian. And he's not supposed to tolerate lies or any or improprieties like that. But yeah, go ahead, Nance, whatever.
This is insane. I'm reading this. I didn't even know this happened.
And
where was I? Where have I been all my life? I was probably not paying attention.
I've asked myself that a number of occasions over the last 4 years or so.
True.
But as part of this big dodge, she set up a phone number for sexual assault, trigger warning, victims to call and tell her about their sexual assaults.
Just her?
Well, she set it up. It's hers.
What a wacko.
And so remember, one of the last things we saw from her was that she was saying, somebody who likes trans people shook my hand too hard. and she was walking around with her arm in a sling instead of in a wrist brace. Never mind. And then there was the incident recently. I didn't hear about this one. Micah told me about it. She caused a big stink and a stir in the Postal Service.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Because she claimed she'd been sent harassing mail.
What? So what the fucking post office is going to open her mail?
Somebody sent her a book about how to put makeup on.
And what does that have to do with the post office?
Well, it came through the United States Postal Service, so the postal inspector had to get on it. And
so what? I mean, they don't read your mail; they just pass it on. So what is she complaining about? Right? Am I missing something?
No. Yeah, I mean, she was claiming that she was receiving dangerous and harassing mail.
Oh, it's a book.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say she didn't order it? No, I understand.
It was a book about how to apply makeup because somebody had previously said that if she'd stop being so shitty to trans women, that maybe one of them would teach her how to fucking put her makeup on.
Right. Yeah.
And so it turns out that the hotline she's created, one reporter said, when I called Mace's hotline 3 different times, each time at least 1 hour apart on Tuesday afternoon, it seemed essentially to be a glorified voicemail. Every time, the line rang repeatedly before ending with an automated message from Mace herself. Hi, this is Congresswoman Nancy Mace, and you've reached our office victim hotline. Please note your information is confidential. Please leave a detailed message, and we will contact you as soon as possible. You may also text us at this number. It's spam. Well, they're in Charleston, South Carolina. They've got an organization called Tri-County Speaks. It's in her district, and a woman named Deborah Friel runs it. And she said, it isn't a hotline. It's not connecting a survivor or someone with a concern to the resources they need in that moment, which is really challenging. If the intention was to get them those resources, then it would be better for them to be directed to either local or national resources. Mm-hmm. Then there's the South Carolina Victim Assistance Network and Laura Hudson, who said, Nancy Mace has set us back about 25 years because she's calling for people to report to her own line instead of actual networks that are trained to help women who have endured and survived sexual assault. But Nancy Hatchet-Face Mace doesn't give a good goddamn about women who have survived sexual assault. She's a grievance artist.
Right, of course. And who's to say she's not making this up? Which is very sus to me that she all of a sudden she's I know she said it before that she's a sexual assault survivor, but she only seems to bring it out when anyone's getting too close to hitting her where it hurts in a way, like where that she'll just go on and be like, I was raped. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to say? I'm a sexual assault survivor. And then she, as if it excuses all her bad behavior. And she's trying to earn some points. And clearly, setting up a hotline for sexual assault survivors, I mean, what is her, she has no, what is she doing with the information? What is the point of it? That's why I don't understand.
I'm sure she's going to grift on it.
Right.
What she's really waiting for is for somebody. She wants somebody to call and say, "I saw a trans woman in the potty."
Huh. Like when she and Lauren, banned from the bowling alley, Bobert, tried to assault. What's her face? Sarah McBride.
Yeah.
You saw that. Yeah. They all. She ran. There's a guy in the bathroom.
There's a penis in the bathroom.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. But I'm just reading about what she said about her ex-fiancé. Her ex-fiancé, Patrick Bryant, and 3 other men. She accused them and 3 other men of rape. 3? She was gang raped by these people? Is this what she's saying?
I suppose.
Sexual. She accused her ex-fiancé Patrick Bryant and 3 other men of rape, sexual misconduct, and other crimes against her and other women. She alleged that Bryant and his associates engaged in drugging, assaulting, and filming women without their consent, including minors. So she's doing this on the House floor, saying that he's a pedophile and they all raped and drugged her and made a video of it. Mace claimed to have discovered over 10,000 videos on of such assaults on Bryant's phone. If this is true, why isn't he?
But the thing is, this is so, I don't know, ironically curious because Sunday was the 75th anniversary of a man named Joseph R. McCarthy standing in a hall in Wheeling, West Virginia with a manila file folder in his hand saying, I can't go into it, but I have here the name of at least 105 employees of the State Department who are bona fide commies.
Yeah, right. This it makes you wonder, are these people all fucking cracked in the head? She's got to be nuts, this lady.
Well, Leon Scum was bouncing around yesterday like he was coked out of his mind. Did you see? You know, rubbing his hands. I mean,
oh, so gross. So they're so disgusting. They're such horrible people, and I wish, like I say, get help. Please just get the help you need and stop inflicting it on us. And that's the other thing, you know, we all have to stay united and in solidarity with these messages. And we should all be speaking in one voice about the fact that billionaires shouldn't exist and it's immoral for any billionaire to send anybody a pink slip. I don't know. I'm just keep saying it because I'm hoping it'll catch on. But I'm reading this report now. Elon Musk's team begins mass layoffs.
Yes, I just saw that.
What is happening here? Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, which is not a department, has plans to reduce the federal agency budgets by up to 40%. And, of course, they will not touch the Defense Department. Musk claims these layoffs align with public demand. Okay? F you. Who's demanding this? Nobody. Nobody demanded this. Layoffs come as Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency Task Force eyes slashing, yes, I read that, 40%. The people voted for major government reform. It also comes after the second Trump administration secured, okay, whatever. We know that. How dare they? How dare I don't know. I don't know. That's what I say. How is this even possible? How does an unelected billionaire not have to go through Congress to lay anybody off? I'm very confused about this. I'm sorry. Can anybody explain this to me? Anybody on the chat?
I mean,
because it's like, what the fuck is happening? Why are people not responding to this with simply laughing in their faces? They have no authority to send anybody a pink slip. And in fact, like with Trump blocking funding, it's the same thing. I don't get it, Rob. That's why I'm so confused. They're supposed to be.
There's no authority. I mean,
but we're all pretending like it exists when the president, the so-called president, waves his Sharpie and everyone goes, oh, he just stopped funding, instead of reporting this, this fucking baboon doesn't know how the Constitution works and everybody just going about their business as usual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking at stories over here. I'm looking at the same thing you're looking at. And
you know what I mean? Like, why is everybody pretending? There's only a constitutional crisis because people are pretending like he's got the power to do what he's doing.
When he doesn't.
Right. If I went and I don't know what, and I wrote an executive order.
But this is like in Hamlet, there's a play within a play. Okay? What we have going on here is a coup within a coup.
Mm-hmm.
The Trump administration is a coup in its own right, and just as I predicted, always with fascists, and I saw a clip from Margaret Atwood, the author of *Handmaid's Tale*, and she said, fascists always turn on each other, which is something that I said a month or more ago. And so, and Margaret Atwood referenced the Night of the Long Knives, and of course, the last day of June 1934, and Ernst Röhm, being killed on Hitler's orders.
Yeah.
And Röhm said, if Adi wants to kill me, he can come here and do it himself. And eventually, a Gestapo officer walked in, pulled out his Luger, and put one through his head.
Yes.
But this is what's. I think this is actually the coup, the beginnings. When Leon Scum does things on his own hook.
Okay.
This is him assuming the duties of the presidency.
Yeah.
Okay. And
sorry, I'm like.
No, I know it sounds crazy because it is, but this is what an internal fascist coup within a coup looks like.
Yes, but I'm just saying for the rest of us, for the, let's say, I don't know, what's the other agency? USAID. They're going after USAID.
Right.
When he sends an executive order, or when the fucking, when the baboon signs an executive order saying this is the end of funding for USAID, why it is even given any credence at all, why everything has to stop. Oh my God, he said an executive order, because he doesn't get to decide.
Because the only way you can stop it is through the courts. This is where the checks and balances come in. Okay. It's the executive branch. There's only one executive.
Right.
And, in the Constitutional Convention and in the debates over the ratification, they talked, they knew the, here we go, you and I can't have a show without talking about ancient Rome, but they knew the lessons that happened in the Roman Republic with having co-consuls.
Yes.
Because it eventually just led to, it led to stagnation. It led to gridlock. Julius Caesar's co-consul literally shut everything down by saying he'd seen some birds on a wire and was retiring to his country estate to look for more omens and portents in the sky. And because of the Mos Maiorum,
and that's what the Democrats need to do, frankly. But anyway,
well, I mean, that's what we're talking about when we talk about the Democrats in the Senate, putting holds on nominees.
On everybody.
But the coup within the coup, I mean, nobody knows better than the people nearest to Nitwit Nero how far gone he is, Tara.
Yeah.
And so I have a clip here. You remember when he was babbling about sharks and batteries? And I apologize in advance for running his audio.
No, I know. People hate it.
but we actually, it won't do in this instance for me to just do the stupid voice. We need to actually hear him being gone.
Okay, good.
And this was...
I want to hear it. I do want to hear him.
This was earlier today. And this is why they don't actually let him president. This is why they just sit there and give him his little Sharpie and let him draw his little pictures of the little Klansman that passes for his signature. Right. Oh, that's very good, Mr. President. You just signed another executive order. Who's got a very big brain?
Who's a very big boy? You're a very big boy.
Going potty all by himself at 10 years old. Oh, Mommy is so proud of her little boy. So this was earlier today.
But they have to care. And speaking of that, Boeing, we're not happy with the service we're getting in terms of those planes.
Weird.
They would like to get more money. We're not happy about that whole kind of a strong contract. I signed a guaranteed maximum contract, which they haven't seen in a long time. And they're saying they're getting hurt by it. But they have to produce the product, and we expect to produce the product. They have to produce the product. They agreed to build planes at a certain price. They're not used to that. They're used to having time and material contracts where it's whatever it costs, time and material, no dates, no anything, and it ends up costing 5 times more. You look at some of the ships that have been built. Take a look at the Gerald
Take a look
Ford,
at here.
the aircraft carrier, the Ford. It was supposed to cost $3 billion. It ends up costing like $18 billion. And they make, of course, all electric catapults, which don't work. And they have all magnetic elevators. They lift up 25 planes at a time, 20 planes at a time. And instead of using hydraulic, like on tractors that can handle anything from hurricanes to lightning to anything, they use magnets. It's a new theory. Magnets are going to lift the plane.
New theory.
And it doesn't work. And they had billions and billions of dollars of cost overruns. I met the architect. I said, have you designed a ship before? This is one of the biggest ships in the world. It's like landing at LaGuardia Airport.
Oh, my God.
You look at the kind of waste, fraud, and abuse that this country is going through. And we have to
your hole.
We have great people going into the military in terms of we need ships. We need a lot of things. We have people we have business going in. But when you look at what's happened to our purchasing, and when you look at the USAID, when you look at the things that they're giving to them, the billions of dollars that they're giving to, and it doesn't make sense. It is interesting that when you're looking for,
I mean, where did that come from?
What they do, it's like he does a monologue in the afternoon now. They put up a little podium in the Oval Office, and he walks over to it, and he just freestyles insanely.
And nobody knows what the fuck he's saying.
We've got great people going into the military. We've got businessmen. I mean, it's just stream of unconsciousness, okay?
And
he's big, and he's big mad at magnets.
And like nobody's ever seen. I met the architect, and I said, "You ever build a ship before?" And no one ever knew it.
He can't even keep up with that stream of thought, and we never find out. We never find out what happened to the architect.
Right.
And I met with this architect, and I said, "Have you ever built a ship before?" Naval architects generally build ships.
Yeah.
Tara.
Was he about to denigrate the guy or whatever? Probably.
Who knows?
That's what it
Who knows?
And I'm just trying to find that. Where did you get that clip? It's brilliant and madness. Because I'm wondering, where did you get it? Can you send me the link? Because I want to keep track of it. I want to see if the corporate media, how they sane wash it. Or if they just don't touch it at all. Was that played on the air? Was that? Yeah.
I mean, that was broadcast. That was broadcast live. I'm sure. The only people that are taking this madness lately are like right side broadcasting and News Muck and the usual suspects.
That's what I want to see. How did they report
I think I just sent it. I think I just sent it to you in Skype.
Oh, okay. It's absolutely mind numbing. Wow. Is there more of that clip? Is that the whole thing?
No, I mean, he went on and on and on.
I need to hear that clip. Can you continue it? I want to hear I know, everybody.
All I've got.
Oh, no. You sent it to me
and today, U.S., and this may be part of the whole the layoffs announced bullshit we were talking about a moment ago. U.S. District Judge George A. O'Toole had temporarily blocked the OPM from going ahead with the buyout plan.
Yeah.
But today he lifted his injunction.
Because they supposedly have no standing, according to the order or whatever. But these are how do they not have standing? They're the union. They're the people who are representing the workers.
But and this is an out for any judge who wants out of something. There is a rule at law that says jurisdiction may always be raised. At any point in time, you can say, "Hey, I just realized this court does not have jurisdiction over this case."
So they could.
And so he said, "Hey, I ain't got jurisdiction."
But they can refile somewhere else, no? Or I'm sure they can.
Yeah, I mean, Ellie Honig over at Chicken Noodle News said that the decision was made on a technical basis.
Yes.
Which is a way of saying he did not reach the substance or the merits of the claim. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
And so the minute that happened, they were out of the gate and going.
Bastards.
Oh, absolute sons of bitches.
But here we go, because this is why the Democrats are always on their back fucking foot.
Yeah. But you know, there are people who are pushing back, and today, Eric Swalwell.
Okay, good.
Was speaking in a committee hearing.
Google
you know,
Maps and Apple Maps.
What?
What's that?
That's unwanted audio.
That happens to me a lot. When I have Windows open, some ad will start playing.
Oh, I know. No.
Let's see. Where's my people?
Okay. The audio is gone.
Oh, what?
I mean, no. The ad is gone. I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
But in a committee hearing today, I guess you could say that Representative Eric Swalwell aired a little bit of dirty laundry.
Good.
Because these guys talk behind the scenes. And he you know, because everything gets back to daddy. Right? So, yeah, he kind of let the cat out of the bag. No offense.
To cats.
Yeah.
And bags.
Right. To, you know, because sometimes cats in bags are handy things when you're like trying to save their lives and whatnot.
True.
But this is good. This is good. This is going to take a couple of minutes, but it's well worth it, I think. Jim Jacket Off Jordan begins by babbling away. Here we go.
Yeah. If we can't settle our disputes with debate, the alternative is frightening, and we never want to get there. So I appreciate all of you. I appreciate from both sides. I mean, we want to embrace the First Amendment. Unfortunately, I have to run. Mr. Raskin and I have to run to the House Administration Committee to talk about the budget for this committee. And if you need, I should have said this at the outset, if any of you need a break, or we'll take it, just let us know. Just communicate with one of our staffers, and we'll give you a break. If not, we're going to keep going. And I think it is the gentleman from California is recognized for 5 minutes.
For the last 3 years, Donald Trump campaigned on lowering your costs. Do they feel lower? Does anything about this hearing get us to lower costs? You were promised cheap eggs, and today you're getting cheap shots. There's probably no better natural remedy for insomnia than a congressional hearing on anti-censorship. I'll credit Chairman Jordan. He and I have had some spirited debates in this hearing room. Sometimes they've gotten quite personal by both of us. And sometimes when I land a point, he gets upset. The staff gets upset. But he takes it like a man. And he'll make his point right back at me. And I take it like a man.
Here it comes.
You know who doesn't take it like a man? Donald Trump. Because he's not a man. He's a child. He's a small child. And he views censorship as a mean to get rid of people who disagree with him. He wants to get rid of judges who disagree with him. He said that as recently as yesterday. Speaker Johnson is backing him up by suggesting that judges should just pause in interpreting his violations of the Constitution. Trump goes after his perceived political opponents. I know. When I was a part of the Russia investigation, his DOJ subpoenaed my emails and my cell phone records. He's a petty, punitive child. And I can recognize a toddler because I'm a parent of 3 of them. And I recognize the same behavior.
Yep.
Yes, censorship is occurring, but it's self-censorship, and it's by you all. Because I hear you in our private conversations when you agree that Trump is a child. I hear the people you tell that Trump is a child, whether it's lobbyists or reporters. But you shrink in this room, and you shrink in the chamber, and you self-censor yourselves from speaking out because you're afraid. And he's laughing at you that you take him so seriously because he's unserious. He's laughing that you think he is so powerful because he's weak. He's laughing that you think he is so big, small. So we need you. We need your voices right now. It can't just be this side. We're all in to speak up. And we need you to speak up too. Yeah. Otherwise, we are all out of freedom. Now you'll.
Gentlemen's time has expired.
How about that?
Well, that's good. They need to do more of that.
He said he speaks personally to maggots.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, we know he's a child. We know he's a baby. What do you want me to do? Right. Well, grow a spine.
Right.
You know, we're back to that line from that song I mentioned a minute ago. I've got my spine. I've got my crush.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, REM. Well, they don't have a spine.
Right.
And they're afraid of the orange menace.
Yeah, and all they had to do was stick together way back when, right? Especially, like, there were numerous times that, wait, all of a sudden, is everything jumping on the, are we, I'm just asking the chat.
I mean, no, your video feed to me is pretty,
I don't know, you seem to be like.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of out. Well, for a minute there, you were kind of out of sync with your video was kind of the audio, but it looks like it's back now.
Yeah, okay, maybe we'll be fine. Yes, but all they had to do, there were numerous opportunities for the Republicans to stick together, you know, when he was impeached the first time, and then the second time especially when he sent the mob to kill them all, right, and hang the vice president and whatnot. All they had to do was stay together, stay unified, but they couldn't. Because I don't know. I guess they were afraid of their base. That's what it was. But that's the thing. That's the thing they fundamentally understood on January 6th when they were saying "save us." They're trying to kill us. They realized that the they out there, with the limited exception of a few goddamn fascist weirdos in the Congress who are saying it's the BLM, it's the Antifa. Oh God.
No, they knew that was their people out there carrying ropes to hang them with.
That's right. And
as soon as they were done crying for help and getting the help they needed, they realized that they better get back on the damn wagon.
Right.
Or they were going to be deader than Pharaoh's cat.
Because they're all cowards. They have no spine. All they had to do was stick together, and they could have
A hero dies but once, but a coward dies 1,000 deaths.
That's it. Because even when on January 6th, even Fox News turned against the maggots and Traitor Trump. All they had to do was stay together. And in that time, and just ride it out, carry it through, impeach the motherfucker, impeach him, and that would have been part of what could have brought him down. He would never be able to run again. That's all they had to do. They needed a few more votes, and of course, Mitch McConnell going on about how this is, Trump is legally liable for everything that happened. No, he's not. Here we are because of people like Mitch McConnell, because of the spinelessness.
Hold on, not to disagree, but the fact of the matter is, the immunity ruling only speaks to his criminal liability. He is amenable to civil suit, okay. and always will be. The president has to be amenable to civil suits, because that's how you object to something that the executive has done. You go to court, you sue his ass.
Right, but we wouldn't have even gotten to that point where he had this immunity decision if Mitch McConnell and the Republicans had all unified.
Stood up in the second impeachment and said, enough of this bullshit.
Yeah, and impeached his motherfucking ass and got rid of him.
And McConnell, who is now out there saying, well, I'm going to vote against Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
We don't take this kind of a risk.
Whoopee,
but the thing is, he stood there in the well of the Senate during the trial of the second impeachment and said, he doesn't need to be convicted on this impeachment because he'll always be liable for criminal conduct.
I know, yeah. And
so, let that be carved on Mitch McConnell's stone when the time comes.
They're all when they write the history of this time, trust me, they're not going to come out looking well. And in fact, they probably know that too. When history looks back, Trump is not going to be rehabilitated in any way. He's going to come out.
Remember, because again, none of this is happening in a vacuum. You can't have Trump without W. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You can't have W without Reagan. You can't have Reagan without Nixon.
It's all slippery slope.
It was back during the reign of error when somebody asked dim leader how history would view his actions, and he said, who cares what history thinks? We're all going to be dead anyway. Right? I mean, do you remember? Because I'm pretty sure I remember that happening.
Yeah.
That wasn't. I didn't dream that.
Yeah, and they've all. Yeah, well, it all ends up like Steve Schmidt, who I appreciate. I like watching his videos and all that, but without Sarah Palin, we would not be here. I mean, at the time, they knew.
That's the thing. This is a continuum, not an isolated geometric point in space-time.
Because it's all about the selfish gains of the few.
It's a flow demo dynamic. Okay.
And democracy be damned. They knew that Sarah Palin was fundamentally unfit and unqualified, and they did all they can to shine her up and put her out there as the vice president. And then when they asked Steve Schmidt about this, how can you be in any way critical of Trump, because you pretty much set the groundwork. You set the stage for him with Sarah Palin, and you knew, behind the scenes. And he wrote about it in a book, and they made a movie about it too. But he wrote saying that they knew not only was she unqualified, she was unqualified on every level. She had a horrible personality. She has such a damaged personality. That's what he wrote, saying that she is mean and vindictive and small and really,
and the road from Sarah Palin leads directly to marginal trailer queen, leads directly to Lauren Clanny Granny Handy Smurf Boobert. Yeah, all of that. And by the way, going all the way back to the magnets babble, and him bitching about the Gerald R. Ford. Reverbo just said, how vicious was Trump's criticism of the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier? It's only the most advanced, coolest jet fighter battle wagon ever. Do an image search and check it out. $13 billion? I guess that's what they cost. I mean, you can't run down to Wally World and buy a nuclear aircraft carrier.
Is that what he was talking about when he was with that rambling? He was talking about
babble was about the most advanced nuclear aircraft carrier on Earth.
So now he's an expert in
but you have to go back all the way back to the first term. He's been big mad about electromagnetic catapults for the jets. He wants steam catapults like they had on my father's aircraft carrier in the Second World War.
Now they use magnets. Oh, magnets. That's what he's talking about. What a goddamn He is a pain in my soul.
He's a dementia patient. The sooner we realize it, the better.
Oh, God.
I mean, it takes a child to recognize a child, okay?
God help us. Oh,
you're not the president.
God.
You need to leave.
Yeah.
My daddy's the real president.
Yeah, well, we all know it. We all know it. Everybody knows it but him. Clearly.
And Matt in San Francisco, along the same lines, said, so he's an engineer, an architect, and if he's found billions in fraud and abuse, wouldn't he know exactly who's committing the fraud? That would be kind of important. Yeah, Matt. I mean, And that's the thing. Waste, fraud, and abuse out of the mouths of these punks. This is really simple. You know, sometimes the simplest answer is more often than not the correct one. Right. Most often the correct one. Here's the simple answer. They're using the phrase waste, fraud, and abuse to cover the fact that they're plundering the government. They don't care who they kill.
Right.
If Granny starves to death, so what?
Yep.
Elon needs a $1 billion, $1 trillion tax. Peter Thiel needs one of those. All the tech bros, and they do, and again, so what? So what if it comes? So what if they get their tax cut because we zeroed out childhood cancer research?
Right. But we shouldn't rely on the nanny state.
We didn't need those children in the first place. Now, some of them may not even be white.
That's right. And you should only get, if you find a lord to serve, maybe they'll trickle some benefits on you, and otherwise you await your rewards in heaven without pestering your betters for any seat at the table, a decent middle-class life, or a fair share of the profit your labor makes possible in the first place. That's what this is about. Turning us back to a system of serfs and lords, and they're pulling, where government does nothing. We don't expect it to. The only thing we do, it might demand us to go and become cannon fodder every now and then. Otherwise,
so what if mommy's precious son and precious daughter have to go over and bleed to death in the filthy fucking sands of the Middle East?
Right. That's
defending
America.
Nero's,
That's America.
Desire for a casino and a casino and condo high rise on the Mediterranean in Gaza.
Scumbag.
So what?
Right.
I mean, do you remember when the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick, told elderly people in Texas to die of COVID for the national economy?
That they would be happy to do it because it would be fulfilling some kind of patriotic imperative for them. I remember that. Yes. We're not going to shut down the economy. They should be happy to die for the economy. These pricks, but it's not them. These people they wouldn't pull a hair for America. They wouldn't inconvenience themselves in any way, shape, or form.
But I mean, realistically, Tara, how far are we from Jonestown now?
Well,
if the maggots told if the leadership, so to speak, told the rank and file maggots to go and put a bullet through their brains, how many of them would do it? Because I think the number is terrifyingly high.
Well, I hope. I wouldn't mind if he tried to test that hypothesis. Frankly, they're all irredeemable, and every day, this is why I guess people can't take it anymore, because it just keeps getting worse all the time. There's no bottom. It keeps falling out, and we go further down. With the American people. Maybe the only thing I'm holding on to is that, and I say it all the time now, that we will get to a point where the American people will realize, like, we can't do this alone. We're in this together. We don't need billionaires.
And yet today, the SecDef sex pest, Pete Hogsbreath, told our European allies, well, we got China to worry about. You're probably going to have to go this alone.
Unbelievable. That's what he said to Ukraine. About Ukraine?
No, European security.
Oh, just in general, right? Well, he's a fucking baboon too. Did you see him sitting there with the generals?
I gotta wrap this up because
I gotta wrap it up too.
I have to go and.
I gotta go too.
Get Victoria from work, but Pete Hogsbreath warns Europeans realities of China and border threats, those ravening hordes of Canadians pouring across, and prevent the U.S. from guaranteeing their security. I mean, that's
Putin's wish list.
That's right, a hair on a gnat's ass away from just breaching NATO.
Wow. Well, they want to pull out of NATO. He will. I will not be surprised if by the end of this nightmare maybe next week they'll announce
Defense
it.
Secretary Pete Hegseth warned Europeans this week that realities, quote unquote, prevent the U.S. from being its security guarantor and to expect a drawdown of U.S. forces in the region.
Wow.
We're focusing on security of our own borders. We also face a peer competitor in the Communist Chinese with the capability and intent to threaten our homeland and core national interests in the Indo-Pacific. The U.S. is prioritizing deterring war with China in the Pacific, recognizing the reality of scarcity and making the resourcing trade-offs to ensure deterrence does not fail. Deterrence cannot fail. What does that even mean? That's word salad, okay?
Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's a boy.
I mean, I disagree. He does know what he's doing. He's doing Putin's bidding.
Right.
Because he's been told to do Putin's bidding.
Right. Now, our national security directives all stem from Putin's wish list. That's it. If Putin wants us out of NATO, we're going to be out of NATO.
Yeah, but it went on. European allies must lead from the front. Together we can establish a division of labor that maximizes our comparative advantages in Europe and Pacific, respectively.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, hey, honey, you want to make $10 the hard way? Yeah, because, of course, he's a goddamn pervert.
Of course. Well, I don't know if you saw, there was a video of him sitting around with other military leaders, and he's sitting at the table like a boy. He looks like a little boy, and he's like shaking like this. You know how like little boys can't sit still? He's like,
yeah.
That's what he, like that's what he looked like. Like the other generals are just sitting there.
He isn't. I mean, tell me, what should we observe in him? I mean, what kind of behavior can we observe in him, being that of an untreated dry drunk?
Well, if he's even dry. He promised he wouldn't drink, but yeah, no, they're all sick. They're all sick people.
Mm-hmm.
God. Anyway, all right. I know you gotta go.
I do.
I gotta wrap it up too.
These are always magic, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for hanging out. Of course.
Thank you, and we'll look to do this again next week.
Yes, my friend. Love you. Thank you for keeping me sane. God help us all. Nam myoho renge kyo. Boudica, booty boo. And I love you.
I love you.
Booty boo, and I love you. All righty.
Exactly.
All right, honey.
You take care. You have a good night.
I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye. All right, my friends. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I'm like, I gotta go. I'm exhausted from life. I need to go and watch something that doesn't involve Republicans. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your super chats. I saw some super chats. Now I don't see them. I don't know why. Oh, yes, Josie Justice. Thank you for your super chat. Bravo, Little X, for telling the truth. And thank you, Jim, for your super chat. And thank you, Jim, for being a moderator in the chat room. And tomorrow there'll be a show at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It won't be here. It'll be at the Political Voices channel. Let's see, Political Voices. Let me find it. Political. We're doing it the first time, so I don't know if how it's, if it'll probably be friggin' problems. It'll be a test run. Let's see. Here's the Political Voices YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we go live tomorrow. How's that? I don't know. Look at me. I'm tired. I never get a freaking minute. So, oh well. There's no rest in fascism, and I always say I'll sleep when I'm dead. So, and I have been wondering about whether what do I do when the fascists come for me, when they knock on that door. Well, they won't knock, they'll bang it down. I only worry about my animals. Me, I guess I've had a life. A good life? I mean, I could have done without having to say, please become a patron a million times. I could have done without that. But I do love you guys, and yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. The cats will save me. I hope they do, Josie. They better attack. Attack those mother effers. All right, my friends. Remember to call your representatives, senators, all that. Tell them no votes, no nothing. The entire reason they get out of bed in the morning is to throw sand in the gears of this monstrosity until we get to the point where we can take it back, and hopefully there'll be something to rebuild from, and remind them that billionaires shouldn't exist. And yeah, and to watch Tarabuster. YouTube.com/C4Channel/Tarabuster, and become a patron, tell them, at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Because we will win. We will win one day. I hope I'm around to see it. If I'm not, hello from the past. If you're in the future watching this and I'm long gone, remember, we tried. We did try. We're on the right side of history. Thank you for hanging out, my friends. We are on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. Thank you for hanging out. My name is Tara Devlin. Thank you, Roxanne, Robyn Kincaid, for the simulcast. And I will see you, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on the Political Voices channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or I will see you Friday night.